Giir Mangadi, Ababu Kandi Bayo, Abu Giir Thiik, Nina Buga Jinna Derke Kamwad, Ekunala Jinna Derban, and Alanum, Epium Matiji, then Baya Giir, Ekunala Derban, and Alanum, Yara Derwala Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban, and Alanum, King Jurmanagar and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban, and Alanum. Abong Maroli and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Amu Malindi and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Mayakan and Yarmon and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Adur Malindi and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Untala Pol and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Untala Pure and Baya Giir, Pangi Wealth and Abu Giir Mangadi, Wagakane Giir Mangadi, Wejara Pungir Weko, Gidan Wejira Pungir Weko, Gidan Kaidida Pungir Weko, Gidan Rindia Pungir Weko, Gidan Najijang Giir Mangadi, Giir Mangadi, Waya Yoga Jangaran Giir Thiik, Yanaranda Pungir Yekwali, Waya Yoga Jangaran Giir, Yanaranda Pungir Yekwali. Giir Mangadi, Ababu Kandi Bayo, Abu Giir Thiik, Nina Buga Jinna Derke Kamwad, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Epium Matiji, then Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Yara Derwala Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, King Jurmanagar and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum. Abong Maroli and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Amu Malindi and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Mayakan and Yarmon and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Adur Malindi and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Untala Pol and Baya Giir, Ekunala Jinna Derban and Alanum, Untala Pure and Baya Giir, Pangi Wealth and Abu Giir Mangadi, Wagakane Giir Mangadi, Wejara Pungir Weko, Gidan Wejira Pungir Weko, Gidan Kaidida Pungir Weko, Gidan Rindia Pungir Weko, Gidan Najijang Giir Mangadi, Giir Mangadi, Waya Yoga Jangaran Giir Thiik, Yanaranda Pungir Yekwali, Waya Yoga Jangaran Giir, Yanaranda Pungir Yekwali. Puni Giir Mangadi, Ababu Bayo, Apuni Giir Thiik, Ninapuga Chinader, Kamuot, Ekanala Chinader, Panen Alanum, Epium Makiji, Denibaya Pungi, Rekanala Chinader, Panen Alanum, Puyara, Terwala, Baya Pungi. Ekanala Chinader, Panen Alanum, King Jurmana, Denibaya Pungi, Rekanala Chinader, Panen Alanum, Abo Morali, Denibaya Pungi, Ekanala Chinader, Panen Alanum, Amu Malindi, Denibaya Pungi, Ekanala Chinader, Panen Alanum, Maikani Yarmon, Denibaya Pungi, Ekanala Chinader, Panen Alanum, Madur Malindi, Denibaya Pungi, Ekanala Chinader, Panen Alanum, Kala Bol, Denibaya Pungi, Ekanala Chinader, Panen Alanum, Kala Bior, Denibaya Pungi, Pangi Wilson, Abu Nigirmanga, Wega Kente, Pugirmangadi, Wejara Pungir, Weko, Gidan, Wekira Pungir, Weko, Gidan, Koidida Pungir, Weko, Gidan, Rindia Pungir, Weko, Gidan, Najijan, Pugirmanga, Rajijan, Pugirmangadi, Waya Yoga Jingalan, Unigiri, Yenyaranda Pungir, Yekwali, Waya Yoga Jingalan, Unigiri, Yenyaranda Pungir, Yekwali.
Dear viewers, those who have joined us in the studio is Ustaz Thiik M Giir. We will be discussing just briefing about the books which was published a month ago, a couple of weeks ago, by Africa Well Book, authored by Thiik Giir, who is a teacher as well in Melbourne, and he has been teaching before he came to Australia. So, Thiik M Giir Thiik, please introduce yourself briefly. Thank you.
I will. My first book, War and Peace, Peace Legend of Apuk Giir. This book is inspired by my vision, constructing our new identity. Writing it started when I decided to make use of my COVID-19 lockdown restriction time as an opportunity to engage with my South Sudanese people. The source of the legend is Apuk Giir, a county in eastern Gorial, a land of my forebears. Why I have written this book? Perhaps it would help if one wants to understand better my brief biography and our current South Sudanese situation. I was born in Maridi in 1964. I started my schooling in North Sudan. I spent time in South Sudan's Busiri Secondary School, a student at University of Alexandria, Egypt, a refugee in Egypt, and I have become an Australian citizen. This means I have been exposed to different peoples and cultures from the young age. Where are we now? Our communities, wherever we are fractured because of what is taking place in South Sudan, because of violence. This has forced each one of us to make a choice to be involved in a destructive cause, to be involved in a constructive cause, or to do nothing in regards to changing our dismal situation. It seems those who are involved in the destructive cause have a shortest way to fame and to be rewarded with material advantage, as our people are dying and are living in poverty. This has made the efforts of those who are involved in constructive cause to become like drops in the ocean. Their works are sacrifices on the altar of what will become, that is, their work in the long run will make our people achieve building our national identity. War and Peace of Apuk Giir, War and Peace Legend of Apuk Giir. It is the end. It is to this end that I believe War and Peace Legend of Apuk Giir could play a role in advancing the construction of our new identity. Its themes are three. Themes are big ideas, and there are three. One is love, unity, and teamwork. I have written this legend in the hope that other writers will write down some legends they might have heard. Once our South Sudanese writers would have done that, this book, which you can see here, is small. This book will become one story among many other stories in a book that could be entitled Anthology of South Sudanese Legends and Stories. I have appealed in this book to writers, artists, and educationists to do something about the vision, constructing our new identity. As an individual or a group, they are expected to ask fundamental questions. What in our craft can we create that would have the power to bring us together as one people? Just as war and peace legend have become part of Apuk Giir identity, what South Sudanese writers, artists, and educationists can also bring or help to bring our people to the realization that achieving our common identity is, after all, possible. The book publishing process. I can demonstrate this in the process that brought the publication of this book into fruition. The idea that this legend should be in the form of book was not my own idea. The idea came from the people who read a series of episodes I posted on social media, Facebook. Again, the pictures that I have used to illustrate the book were not my own pictures. They were sent to me by the readers. These have demonstrated how, if we work together, we can achieve the building of our identity as one people. Now, I would like to demonstrate further in a practical way that we can do something positive together. I would like some representatives of the readers to participate in launching this book. According to plan, I posted one episode after every other day, and the comments are self-evident, and I would like to read some of those comments. A call to make turn the episodes into a book form, and the enthusiasm it generated came early on. Pure Maror, he made this comment. Interesting, and I am following and reading everything. You must be writing a book. Anin Donato Weck, turned it into a book. Konmayol Rage. I'm reading and taking notes as each article on the same topic comes and passes. It is part of history of the Apuk people. And here is a comment made by Vincent Akot. Very interesting, brother. Please do not hesitate to give us the full story. I am a son of a Giir, of which I am part of this great people's history. The legend of Apuk Giir fills the bill of the books that should be made available to our school children, whether they are here in diaspora or in South Sudan. A comment by Gabriel Mawien. Please let it be in our school history books. Give us more as well. Commander Ashwil Bangol. Congratulations. The writing could be put in many forms and methods designed for benefit of learning, preserving and passing the knowledge. Jain cultures, norms, and values could find a path. Keep it up. It is not just a myth of Apuk Giir. It is also a myth of Jain people, and every Jain kind identity with it, and every Jain can identify with it and enjoy it. A comment from Jared McCoy, Ole Mayan. I am from Yirul, but I have been following this story. Thank you for it. Malung Garangakol. These are beautiful mythical stories from Dinka tribe. I do not know everything. Okay, that's the comment he made. These are beautiful mythical stories from Dinka tribe. I think M Giir, I do not know everything. There are many things I do not know, and I'm ready to be corrected as we make our common journey. Malungarang Akol, a better term for Magir is headrest, not a pillow, because I wrote a pillow. So he corrected me that it should be headrest, and I wrote down in this book headrest, okay, as the meaning, not a pillow. A comment from Majong Maluen Aleu Majok. Please, you don't know how to spell two names of Apuk sections. And I have made correction, as he suggested. We can produce and consume something out of our own culture. And this comment came from Gabriel Zubair. I will be an agent selling your Dinka story books in the near future. Reading War and Peace Legend of Apuk Giir is like watching a series of TV series that you enjoy, and you have a feeling of wanting to watch the whole damn thing in a single day. Ring Atekdit, you are a very good storyteller. It is like Friday will not come any soon. I am enjoying it. Valentina Kech, Akundi Ngatian, and Ring Akwach made these comments. It is a great story of South Sudanese. It has reminded us about some important historical backgrounds of Apuk Giir. Atian well narrated. Now some of these legends are coming up in my mind, courtesy of your writings. Apuk. It's awesome storytelling, as it had rewinded my childhood memories of Sweet Jing's storytelling. Maybe Gabriel Zubair, and I'm sure I'm not talking about the cardinal. Gabriel Zubair made this comment, and maybe he meant something else when he said, and the beast speaks the Jing language. It's the only most interesting part of it, of all, because beasts of nowadays don't bother to speak any language, walai. Some readers made a prediction as the storytelling was in progress. Madid Arab, I hope the monster won't defeat the crowd at the end of the story. As you can see here, the legend is the lion, okay? Is the lion, not the person, is the lion. I hope the monster, and this is what he is referring to, monster. I hope the monster won't defeat the crowd at the end of the story. Some readers compare it to stories written by our African well-known writers, among them Natalina Mo. You are a good writer. I enjoyed the story. It reminded me of the Dinka folk tales by Dr. Francis Mading and the African stories. Keep up the good writing, and I can't wait to read what you write next. Some readers like to read the stories written by our own African writers. Among them is Chance Baniko. Baniko said, a very good literature Randit. Develop the story into a book. That would be great. Let us write our own stories. It also fills a bill of books that should be translated into different languages. Comment from Rinya Koch. Amazing storytelling should be translated into many languages, including Jing language, in order to educate our local people and the world that every nation or section has its own history and a story to tell the world. Conti Deng, a good-hearted Jing-speaking lion. He's referring to the lion. A good-hearted Jing-speaking lion. I love this part. Wal Aluk Chol, as someone who seems following your writings of late, I am compelled to appreciate the work of art and creative in you. Congratulations for sharpening the reading and the creative writing part of me. So the book has inspired other people as well. Jankor Ngang said, what an interesting story. I really enjoyed it, and it is a great piece of writing. This story makes me think about my family members who traveled from Apuk to Mading Awil. That made me to become a Willian. So it's a story of people who are moving. We are all on a move. Now I am writing from Australia. I have moved to Australia. So people are moving. The book would not have been written had those brothers and sisters who had read the legend and shared it on social media not requested it to be compiled. And for that, I'm grateful. And I'm also grateful for those who supplied me with pictures when I needed some pictures to illustrate the book. The episodes that I shared with people, I have deleted the story, but the comments, these comments I'm reading to you are still on my Facebook timeline. So thank you for reading, for listening. And Brother Peter Lual, you can take over. Hello?
I'm here now.
Yes, I finished. Yeah, thank you.
But so for some reason, my camera is not working, but I'm coming. Just wait for me.
Okay. So part of it is not recorded or what?
No, it's recorded, but like,
okay.
Just wait for me.
Hermayan Jurjol Jinko, Joldo Panagi Disco, Jinwaro, the Mayan. We are in leading Blumaki Generally, Madoren, the lead Putin, Mugen, and Yaka would give it. Yatunga Gata, like you, Glona, Riglon, Dida, Indimoyen. What take me to give Yatunga Gata, like you, Glona, Riglon, Dida, Indimoyen. Papugan, the lead Pundi, the Giren, and the
Thank you very much. It was very excited and brief. Very grateful. But I just want to highlight we have been writing for many, I think, for many years, and we have been longing also to publish anything written by you. I think we have had few conversations regarding
Yes.
publication.
Yes, I remember.
So how was it like to get book published for the first time? What were your expectations?
My expectations were that I'm working on making the vision known, that the vision, constructing our new identity, is a positive thing, and we should make a right choice, because there are many choices that are around, and reading or using Facebook, we have a good idea of how destructive we can use social media. So I'm writing to engage with people, and whether it is on social media or in or publishing a book, is something that I wanted to do for a long time, and you have encouraged me to do that. And this book is the first, and it might not be the last. I will start working on my second book, and this book, as you can see, is a small book. I hope the appeal I have made in the book itself would encourage others to write down our legends and our stories, and we can compile them together to be one book, telling our story, telling our history, that we have something in our culture that we can enjoy, that we can consume, rather than to focus on books written by others. And some, it's a good thing also to read books written by others, to see the world from a different perspective, from different perspectives. But we have to have our own way, our own perspective, and we need to contribute as well to a global culture, a global, globalization is a universal thing, and who knows, stories can travel, just like ideas. Ideas can travel.
So what would be your message to families whose children grew up in the refugees camp, who may not know much about the cultures and norms of Apuk people? What is the best way of communicating these messages to young people such that they are connected with their norms and tradition?
Yes, the book, the episodes I have posted on social media lack pictures, and because I have learned the impact that the story has made on people who read it on social media, I requested pictures to be sent to me, so that whenever a child is reading this book, can see some pictures and can see, like, for example, in Australia here, there are young children, including my own daughters, they have never seen something called Magir, for example, Magir. And it's good that to show not just writing, but show a picture of Magir, a picture of Yak, and they can appreciate that this is where we came from. And now it is in books, it can be translated. This book is not to be read only by young people. It can be read, it can be read by other, by people from different tribal backgrounds. And I have given copies of this book to people who are not young, and I'm sure they are enjoying reading it because it has got universal values. Like love is something universal. It's not just young. Like teamwork is universal, and it can be helpful.
Yeah, I think we will keep it brief. So I think we will end there.
Yes.
Brief side that if you need a book and you are in Melbourne, please try to contact the author.
Yes.
He has some copies at a very cheap cost.
Yes.
If you are in Nairobi as well, our books are available in Nairobi and also in South Sudan. Please try to contact us anytime. We thank all the viewers and those who have taken time to listen, and we're very grateful to have us, the great teacher, Mwalimu Thiik M Giir. It's from Apuk, the great community, it's well-known community, and I'm really grateful to have met him, the grandsons of Giir Thiik. So is there a summary, a message to the community regarding how they should take care of themselves? You are a teacher. What should they do better so that their children do well at school?
As children, our children in Australian or American schools, in any Western world school, they read things and they don't identify. A child will not say, this is something of mine. This is my topic.
Yes, continue. Thank you.
Yes. So it's good for children to realize that we have rich culture. We have rich South Sudanese culture. And we are the bridge. We are the bridge. And if we don't give them what we know, there is no way for them to know our culture. And after a long run, in future, they will not have that kind of belonging, that they belong to South Sudan as to the countries where they have settled in. And the best way to do it is writing books, because books can if it is written, it means it has got weight than just telling your child this and that. As maybe it is not only me, but you know how difficult it is to let your child sit with you and you engage with your child for about half an hour, telling them anything from your tribe or from South Sudan. They don't have patience for that. They are, most of the time they spend their free time is they chat with their friends. But books are good. When I received my copy, I gave it right away to my daughter, and my daughter read it, and she came to me and said, "Thank you, I appreciate it." And I have written their names on the first page for my daughters, for Adeng and Awien. It is there. Adults can read the book, and after reading it, they give the book to their children. It's not political. It's just a book to be enjoyed. And in that way, our children can learn something out of their culture.
Thank you. We will end the show. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Too.
Yeah. You are doing great.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
What me the gear, the Tonga got one like you blown, a real on lead, a ring did moyen. Papugan, a little Juruman and a little, Yamong and a little putting of your end, a little, Pabogan, a little putting of all and a little, Manning Hermayan, Juriko, Pinko, Pinko, and he disco, Pilmar, the thing, Hermayan, Juriko, Pinko, Pinko, and he disco, Pilmar, the thing, we are in a little bloom, and a little. Adoren a little putting a mugen and the one gear dick, the tongue got one like you blonde, a real on the moyen. What take me the gear, the tongue got one like you blonde, a real on the moyen. Papugan a little need gear and in the don't find all of them show. You join me, you know, go out there. By John Kerry, you jump, by John Kerry. Don't find what you're shook. Do that, by John Kerry, you jump.
Adut, thank you so much. Adut Giir, Mwalimu. See you next time, and have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you too. You too. Thank you.
All the viewers, thank you so much for sharing and for listening.
Yeah,
This period from Africa will be once again. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.